Welcome to a new video. It's me, Pascal from Orange Pixel, and if you have not been checking this channel in the recent weeks, you probably don't know that I'm working on a new game. And today I wanted to show you a bunch of stuff because the game is, the development is going very quickly, and that makes it very hard to do weekly updates on this game. So I'm just going to show you what's in the game right now and talk a little bit about it and why I made certain design decisions and things like that. So let's do the intro and then I'll boot up the game. Alright, so the game is called Snake Core, and I talked about it 2 weeks ago, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. Just check the channel, it's on there, and pretty much it's at its core a snake game, but I'm adding so much stuff around it that I'll just show you. Let me just start up the game and we'll dive in. Alright, so the first thing is the title screen, and the backdrop is pretty much a game scene. And this just happened by accident. I had this on the screen while adding the logo and everything for the menu, and then I came to the conclusion that it actually looks good and works, and that means I don't have to force some background art in there and just use what's already there in the game. I'm also keeping the interface pretty clean because originally I set out to create a classic arcade style game, and those games were just very easy to get into. Just toss in a coin and you could start playing, press fire to start, and that's really all the instructions you need. But of course these days we have all these setups and devices, so there is a little options menu hidden at the bottom corner. So it's there, but it's not really in your face. It's just hit fire to begin, and that's really how we begin the game, just hit fire. So I've showed the mission screen a couple of times already, also how to create it in one of the Tech Tuesday Talk videos, Tech Talk Tuesday, one of those videos on Tuesday. But since then I have been adding a bunch of stuff. So there's now actually scenery, there is some stuff going on here and there are some light effects. It just looks a lot prettier than it did. And at the bottom we have the general, and he will be telling you what the mission is about, what you can expect, how many soldiers you need, and how many enemies or bombs or whatever is there is gonna happen. And at the top right corner you'll notice how many soldiers are in your army right now. Soldiers dying in a mission are soldiers gone, but there are some regroup missions that you can actually gain soldiers, and there will be other bonuses here and there to increase that number and not just decrease it when you're failing. So the game is split up in different game modes, and there are now 7 game modes, and the first one is attack, pretty much alien spawning, and your only goal is to take them down. And the gameplay is pretty simple. It's Snake at its core, that's why I called it Snake Core. And you pretty much take down the enemies. Also notice that some aliens have a red circle underneath. Taking out that one as the first alien, and then the next one with the circle, and the next one is how you build up your combos. And right now combos is for your score, but I might be using combos to increase your upgrades. And once you complete your mission and you earned an upgrade, we'll find ourselves in the upgrades menu, which is a new thing I've been working on this week. Here you can actually upgrade your current units, or you can recruit new units. So in this case we can recruit a medic, which will then be randomly added to your army. And if you have a medic in your ranks, your front runner will actually gain some health, which is pretty good because then he can last longer against aliens. And right now there are a couple of upgrades possible. You can recruit new units, which basically every new unit is stronger than the previous one. And then you can also upgrade almost every unit 3 or 4 times. And most of these upgrades will be better health or better bullets. Then you will be shooting aliens much easier, and more defense, things like that will be part of the upgrades for every unit. You'll also notice there's a defender unit mentioned here, and those units are not part of your army or not part of your ranks. They are placed on the playing field or the battlefield, whatever you want to call it. And they are defending your power units and your portal and your scientist and things like that. So you can still upgrade those, and they will be shooting aliens for you, making it a lot easier to take them out with your army. And I have a couple of more ideas for these type of units. Maybe a sniper that sits around the edge of the screen and it will take out aliens for you. Maybe some helicopter backup or flying backup that will fly over and drop bombs on the enemy. So that makes it a lot more than just a snake game, and suddenly it becomes some sort of tower defense type game. It's all mixed in this, and that's really why I've been working on this game. The core of the game is very simple. It's Snake. It's not very difficult to create as a game developer. It's fairly easy. You learn this very early on. But all the design ideas and all the levels of extra stuff I can put on top of this game That's really a lot of fun to do and fun to experiment with, and I think the results will be very entertaining and interesting for people. Once you complete a mission, you'll be back in the mission screen after your upgrade, and then you'll have a choice of selecting the path or route you want to take towards the end boss. Or based on how well you're doing, if your army is low, you might want to try and get to one of the recruiting modes, because then you can actually add soldiers to your army. So decisions like that will make up a large part of the game. Of course, you can just blindly go for the next node and see where you end up. But the fact that you can decide how to play this game is part of the fun, I think.
Affirmative. Go. Affirmative. On my way. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
So not all game modes are in just yet. The next mode I'm planning on working on today or tomorrow is an infection mode. I think I was drawing it right here. Yeah, it's very tiny, but this one right over here is going to be infection mode. Pretty much there will be a tiny alien or bubbly gooey alien, and it will start growing every few updates or every few seconds. If it gets to the biggest version of itself, it will explode and split up into multiple versions of itself around it. And these will start small and grow and explode. So you really have to try and take them out as quickly as possible. I'm not sure yet if that mode actually works as I planned it. But I'm just going to add it into the game and we'll see if it actually works out or not. And if it doesn't, then I just told you a mode that you will never be able to play.
On my way. Yes, sir. On my way. On my way.
Right, so that's pretty much where the game is right now. It's playable. I guess I could release it right now as a minimum product, but I still have a lot of tweaking that needs to be done. And like I said, I want to add game modes, maybe a few more units here and there. But we're getting very close to a releasable game, at least for a first version, with all the features and the bells and the whistles in there. It's actually available for patrons, so if you want to try out the game and want to support me and my games and my videos, then Patreon is the best way to get it. You'll be able to play this game on PC, give it a little go. You'll also have your name in the credits. All patrons that are a patron during the development of this game will be in the credits. And besides that, the game is coming very soon.
On my way. You got it. Orders received.
That's it for this week's video. I still have a couple of designs I want to add, like the tentacle thingy. It's gonna be extremely hard to animate it. But if that works out, I think it's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, so a lot of drawing to be done, a lot of programming. I think the game, yeah, it's going to be a very good game. Let me know in the comments what you think about what you saw so far. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and come back next week. I'll be here. Bye. In this case, we win. So in this case, we and at the bottom we have the general, and he will build.